It brings me no good joy to say this, but I told you so. I told y'all literally yesterday. I told y'all, as a matter of fact, take a look right here. Right there. Bang. The truth exposed. Here's why WNBA players are not signing the WNBA offer. I told y'all that yesterday. See, I be bringing y'all the news you could use. Now, I'm not like these other fools. Here you go like that. Oh, man. But it does not. I'm not happy about.
The silence hit like a shockwave. The WNBA Players Association shut down the proposed $1.1 million max salary deal. And it wasn't just a matter of money. It was an earthquake felt by every player and fan. The implications for Caitlin Clark are massive, pushing the entire league to turn away from what could have been a groundbreaking payday. The backlash erupted instantly, sparking controversy throughout the WNBA. One voice after another rose in disbelief and frustration at the bold rejection. The outrage now threatens to reshape the league's future and redefine its relationship with its stars. It's a dramatic, unprecedented turning point, leaving many struggling to grasp the magnitude of this collective pushback.
You go like that. Oh, man. But it does not. I'm not happy about what is going on, man. WNBA players have officially turned down the offer of $1.1 million. We got to get into all of this. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, hype the video. Let's rock. So we got to get into all of this, y'all. We got to get into all of this, y'all. These WNBA players ain't playing no games, man. They play. Look, this is the definition of playing hardball, and I think it's time.
This outcome was anything but unexpected. Analysts had been warning for days, predicting a standoff, and that prediction has now played out exactly as anticipated. The supposedly lucrative offer was never truly within reach, and the reasons behind the players' rejection of what many labeled a potential game changer have become unmistakably clear. This moment isn't simply another headline. It's a revelation of a long-standing, deeply rooted conflict. The players' calculated refusal has sent shockwaves throughout the league. Insiders familiar with the athlete's perspective had already sensed the growing rift between what was promised and what was realistic. The road ahead is murky and fraught with risk, setting the stage for even more intense developments. While the league searches for stability, the players are holding their ground, prompting a complete reassessment of future tactics. The magnitude of this decision and its ripple effects is impossible to ignore.
It is, y'all. These WNBA players ain't playing no games, man. They play. Look, this is the definition of playing hardball, and I think it's time for the WNBA to put their foot down and move on. This was Alexa Philippou. WNBPA doesn't see proposed $1.1 million max salary as moving negotiations forward. This is craziness, man. I told you at the end of the day, I told y'all it wasn't even about, they wasn't going to accept the bread because it's not even truly just about the bread. I told y'all that it's about the prioritization. They want to be able to go play in these other leagues and not be required to be back.
This is far beyond routine negotiation. It's a high-stakes showdown pushing the league to its threshold. The Players Association has made its stance unmistakably clear, refusing to yield on the $1.1 million max salary. Their move goes deeper than dollars. It's a calculated power maneuver that strains the WNBA's tolerance and forces consideration of drastic responses. Current sentiment hints at a firm dividing line, even raising the prospect of the league advancing without those who oppose its terms. This isn't merely a contract dispute. It's a battle for authority. Instead of bargaining, the WNBA could shift toward imposing terms outright, driving tensions to new heights. The result is a widening fracture that risks becoming permanent, one that could jeopardize the season and shake the very core of women's professional basketball. The implications are immense, signaling a crisis that demands immediate and decisive attention.
At the bread, because it's not even truly just about the bread. I told y'all that it's about the prioritization. They want to be able to go play in these other leagues and not be required to be back in time for WNBA training camp and all of that. We've already seen Gabby Williams voice this. I told y'all they wasn't going to accept this, and I'm not happy about it. I think it's time for the WNBA to move on with replacement players. Point blank, period. This is crazy, man. What do y'all want? What do y'all want? Do y'all want Are y'all looking for $2.5 million as a max with $1 million as a minimum? Like, what is it that you're asking for? This is the third comprehensive.
The real issue isn't the paycheck, it's player prioritization. Athletes want the freedom to pursue lucrative overseas opportunities without being constrained by the WNBA's training camp schedule. This isn't a minor request. It represents a fundamental shift toward greater professional autonomy, allowing players to maximize their earnings throughout the year without facing penalties. They want control over their careers, the ability to make choices that align with their financial goals and long-term development. The league's latest proposal failed to meet those expectations, exposing a widening gap between what the WNBA offered and what players genuinely need. This creates a deeply rooted conflict. The debate extends far beyond salary increases and cuts to the core of player freedom and economic mobility, complicating the league's ability to navigate its future and retain elite talent. The stakes couldn't be higher as both sides grapple with a complex, high-pressure negotiation that will shape the direction of the league for years to come.
$2.5 million as a max with $1 million as a minimum. Like, what is it that you're asking for? This is the third comprehensive offer that WNBA has sent. Look, time is of the essence. It's November 20th. That damn extension is running out. It's running out. The strike, the lockout is on the way. At this point, the owners are just going to lock these players out and move on with replacement players. And I think at this point, that is what they should do. Let's get into this here. It said initially, the reaction on social media was that this was exactly what the players.
Gabby Williams has been outspoken in calling for greater player autonomy, making it clear that any proposal failing to address prioritization would be met with firm resistance. The rejection of the $1.1 million offer underscores that message, revealing a unified stance unwilling to compromise. That refusal has pushed the WNBA to the edge, forcing the league to contemplate the possibility of replacement players. An extreme step that would fundamentally reshape the competitive landscape. The players' unwavering resolve has cornered the league, making a future filled with unfamiliar faces increasingly plausible. What emerges is a potential turning point unlike anything seen in women's professional basketball. Rosters, league strategy, and long-term direction all now hang in the balance, demanding swift reassessment of the WNBA's identity and its vision for competition. The challenges ahead, particularly regarding talent depth and roster stability, create a period of profound uncertainty for the league.
At this point, that is what they should do. Let's get into this here. It said initially, the reaction on social media was that this was exactly what the players were looking for with a ratified CBA, and fans were convinced this meant that a new deal would be struck soon and there would certainly be a WNBA season in 2026. Now, I felt like this was a good offer. I feel like this was a fair offer, and I was hoping that the players would sign it because at the end of the day, I don't dislike Kathy Engelbert in the WNBA enough to the point where I don't want to care to see Caitlin Clark to play. I care more.
What do the players truly want? Even with a proposed $1.1 million maximum salary and a $222,000 minimum, their ambitions clearly reach far beyond those numbers. Are they envisioning a dramatic leap, a $2.5 million max and a $1 million minimum, pushing the financial ceiling even higher? Despite the WNBA presenting 3 extensive offers, each has been met with unwavering refusal. This growing pattern of rejection has left the league unsure of where the actual target lies. The lack of clarity only fuels mounting frustration, pushing any resolution further out of reach and complicating an already urgent timeline. Now the league is scrambling to decipher the players' true financial expectations, adding even more complexity to an already volatile standoff. With time slipping away, pressure is intensifying on both sides to establish common ground before the situation escalates beyond control.
I don't dislike Kathy Engelbert in the WNBA enough to the point where I don't want to care to see Caitlin Clark to play. I care more about seeing Caitlin Clark play. I enjoy watching her play more than I'm disgusted by the WNBA, than I'm disgusted by Kathy Engelbert. So I'm hoping that a deal gets done. I'm not one of those people that want a lockout. I just can read between the lines, and I knew the players were not going to accept it. Think about all of this stuff, man. This is everybody involved is a conflict of interest. All these people on the board either have interest in stake and unrivaled, and they're getting money over there, or they're in.
Time is slipping away. The November 20th deadline has come and gone, and the pressure surrounding the league's extension talks is reaching a breaking point. The possibility of a lockout or an outright player strike now feels alarmingly real, forcing owners to weigh drastic options. Growing sentiment points toward a potential lockout and the use of replacement players, marking a shift from negotiation to ultimatum.